I believe so. I haven't really heard one way or another, but I'm assuming since I haven't, it has.
Right. I did read that report, though. It's like, but they said it was what they think it was just like a filler, and then somehow it ended up not getting, taken out.
Maybe before all of her shit, WWE had intentions on picking her up.
Right.
You gotta put her in the game.
Yeah.
Gotta have somebody digging into the code to find out. I'll probably look into that because I'm pretty interested to see.
Well, Pasty, we got one more, and it's coming, and it's a big one. It's a big one coming, Pasty.
Yeah.
Andrew Thompson of Post Wrestling reports Georgia Championship Wrestling, a territory with a heritage that goes back to the origins of wrestling on TBS, is looking to make a full revival beginning with their event on October 3rd, tomorrow.
That revival is capitalized. WWE owns that. They should watch out.
Chris Nelms, promoter for the revived territory, told Andrew that the goal for the revived GCW is to create a territory-style group where the promotion can work with 4 to 5 different promotions throughout Georgia under the Georgia Championship Wrestling banner. This would follow the creation of a Georgia Championship, which would become the main championship in the state. Highlights from the show on October 3rd will be available on Facebook and YouTube, but the promotion is currently looking to secure an internet distribution deal or a local television agreement or both.
Well, if they do that, then I'm going to open a promotion in Georgia, and I'm going to have the Universal Georgia Championship, which, according to my decree, will be the main championship in the state.
I'm excited for this. Georgia Championship Wrestling was awesome back in the day. It's obviously not going to be anything like it was, but just another promotion growing is awesome.
But would that not be a brilliant stop for FTR to make in their post-WWE career?
Oh, too right.
Yeah.
Classic territory like Georgia Championship? Hell yeah.
I want to see like pay-per-views of Georgia Championship Wrestling versus NWA.
That would be awesome.
Uh-huh.
Get some Tim Storm in there and everything.
It's gotta be like NWA in the way they present it too, where it's like real old school feeling.
Right. Well, I mean, you can tell just by the way they're talking. I mean, it's going to be a low budget deal, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even one thing. It's like 4 to 5 different promotions that are. It's kind of really going back to the old territory days when NWA, had multiple promotions under it. It's just gonna. It's neat. It's neat. It's interesting. I don't know what it'll happen or how big it'll get. It's definitely not going to get AEW, WWE sized big, especially not anytime soon.
But companies that are going with this motive, that's not what they're out to do anyway. They're out to dig their own niche in the culture.
They're out to make money and provide entertainment. Yeah.
Yes.
100%. I love it. I love it. I'm excited. And I'm going to go on YouTube and search it out on Sunday probably.
Well, don't hurt yourself, Fat Mac. Because it's time for the injury report.
Oh, no.
Bobby Fish did not appear with other members of the Undisputed Era on this week's NXT episode. And there had been some speculation as to why he wasn't there. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that Fish does not have COVID-19 and was off the show because he's dealing with a minor knee injury. Fish, who has had a few knee issues in the past, reportedly suffered the knee injury while training kickboxing and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. There is no official word on when he will be back in action, but it looks like he won't miss much time. Which is good because the wrong one's getting the push.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need O'Reilly getting the push. I like Bobby Fish. I like Bobby Fish a lot, actually.
Probably my second favorite in the Undisputed Era.
Oh, yeah. I would agree.
It's kind of a toss between him and Roddy.
I was going to say, I think you and I basically are about the same thing. Adam Cole tops. Bobby Fish, Roddy, and they're kind of interchangeable, and then O'Reilly's at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who else is at the bottom, Pasty. Because PW Insider. Man, PW Insider's been all over everything this week.
I know, right? This is the PW Insider podcast you're listening to this week, folks.
It is, folks. Well, they reported, I mean, hey, at least we give them the credit. Some places don't, they just start saying it and don't say nothing. PW Insider reports that Angel Garza is scheduled for evaluation after Garza was injured at Clash of Champions. We kind of touched on this earlier. During his tag title match against the Street Profits, the match appeared to end early when Andrade got his shoulder up at 2, but the ref counted 3 anyways. Dave the Meltzer said, during the show, Angel Garza got hurt, and the first word I heard was a torn quad, which is not a good thing.
No.
According to TalkSport and PW Insider, Garza injured his hip, though, and they are stating that the injury isn't quite as bad as first feared. A quad, he'd have been out almost the whole year.
Yeah, and it would affect the way he wrestles going forward.
For sure. So, but it was a really shitty ending. I honestly, and I'm not just saying this, Pasty, because you won that match, I think they were supposed to win. But after he got hurt, the Street Profits pinned him. I mean, he got his shoulder up like at 2. It wasn't even like 3 3/4 or nothing like that. It was like at 2, he got his shoulder up, and the ref was just like, fuck it, I'm counting.
But in a tag match, I don't think the ref should take that route because there's still obviously another guy who can finish the match.
You think? That's my opinion too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I could see it in a one-on-one match. Is this the same ref that called
the women's match?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Third strike, buddy, you're out.
And that moves us into the COVID-19 411-619-583. The SmackDown Women's Championship match between Bayley and Nikki Cross did not take place at Clash of Champions when Cross was replaced by Women's Champion Asuka. The Women's Tag Team Championship match between them was also scrapped. According to Dave Meltzer, all 3 women didn't appear at the pay-per-view due to the ongoing COVID-19 situation in WWE. Big Daddy Dave said he knows for a fact that at least 2 of the 3 and possibly all 3 have not tested positive for the virus, but were in contact with someone who did.
Dun, dun.
He said WWE kept all 3 off the show as a precautionary measure.
Yep, and then we got, 10 minutes of women all together.
Yeah, yep.
Kind of sad. But what surprises me is last week I was inferring that possibly Sasha Banks and Bayley wouldn't be able to make it because of being around COVID stuff. Those 2 were on. Those 2 made it.
Well, maybe Bayley, Banks, and Asuka have it. And they're like, fuck it, you guys have it. You're not going to get each other sick.
Right.
Go fight.
Oh. Well, Pasty, not only were the 3 women off the pay-per-view, but all 5 core members of Retribution are now not medically cleared to compete.
Oh, no, their masks didn't work for them?
Apparently, this is why Retribution members T-Bar, Slapjack, Mace, Reckoning, Retaliation, and the so forth did not appear on Clash of Champions. Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet reported that all 5 core members of the group have tested negative for the coronavirus. However, just as the women before, each member has to quarantine themselves for 2 weeks because they came into proximity with someone who had tested positive for the COVID-19. There's no word on when Retribution began their 2-week quarantine, but it looks like they could be out of action until mid-October. There's also no word yet on how WWE plans to explain their absence, or if possibly they plan to put other wrestlers behind the masks to represent the group while the core members are unable to work.
After we already know who everybody is.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm telling you, it's stupid. But even when they showed the core 5, I mean, there was still like 17 people in just random masks, running around. So,
right.
I guess they could continue just attacking
Make
people,
another 5.
To carry the thing. I don't know.
Quick, we got to call up the Undisputed Era and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the next 6.
Luckily for me, I don't watch the weekly shows of WWE, so it really doesn't affect me.
Well, they're not adding much to the shows anyway.
Right.
And 2 unidentified Raw referees are also in quarantine as precautionary measure and were not at Monday's Raw. SmackDown referee Jessica Carr filled in for them on the show.
Way to go, Jessica.
Really good show.
Well, that's a lot less COVID news than we had last week, but still a lot more than I figured we'd have.
Yeah, and it's not at the Performance Center. This is pretty much all main roster news. Which is funny.
Somebody called COVID up to the main roster from NXT.
Oh, they're transmitting it through the Thunderdome. Get the screens out of there.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Pasty, on the plus side, if Vince McMahon did call up COVID-19 from NXT to the main roster, he's just going to kill it.
Right, yes. This is it right here.
He's just going to kill it. Oh. Well, Pasty.
Just job it out.
But not until after it's taken care of the business. Okay, we're not going to talk politics. Moving on, we've got some predictions. It's going to be a busy weekend.
Taking care of business.
Looks like
that's COVID's theme song.
Right? Oof. Looks like it could be a fun weekend. We got, first up, tomorrow, Saturday, October 3rd, Impact Victory Road.
Yeah.
Pasty, we're going to see a really fun, I can only imagine it's going to be a super fun 4-way. We got Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander versus Ace Austin versus Carl Anderson.
Yes, this is a stacked 4-way match. I love it. I'm going to go outside of what I normally pick, and just because Ace Austin does so well in multiple man matches, I think he's going to take this one. Carl Anderson's there. I would like to see him win it, but I don't think this one's for him.
Right. Well, on the one side, there's nothing on the line, so it could kind of go any way, really. Ace Austin, definitely going to be part of the highlight reel for sure. I'm saying Josh Alexander picks this one up. I'm going with old Josh. I think he takes it, and we'll see what happens from there. It's just going to be a fun match, and I'm a big fan of the North, and again, nothing's at stake, so I'm going Josh Alexander.
Yes. And then next we have the highly anticipated X Division Championship match between Rohit Raju and To Be Determined. The fans can't wait for this one, Fat Mac.
I'm telling you. I am, actually, you know what? I'm going to look up real quick and see if anything has been determined yet, but I can't imagine it has. If not, I'm going to take a play out of your book, Pasty, and I'm going to go with To Be Determined.
Well, I'm going to take a play out of my book and do that too. Mostly because I've only seen Rohit Raju once, and he doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to keep your championship for very long.
Oh, let's see what Rohit's got going on. Still nothing for old Rohit, so yep, we're going to stick with the old TBD. And speaking of TBD, we got the T, we got the D, and she sure is a B. Tanel Dashwood. taking on, I had to fit the B in there. Taking on Jordan Grace. That was actually a pretty good segue. I liked that. I'm proud of myself.
That was really nice. Smooth like butter. Well, I think Tanel's going to get dashed as Grace is going to win this match.
You know, it's hard to go against Tanel Dashwood because she gets pushed almost anywhere she goes, but I'm just in love with Jordan Grace, and I'm picking Jordan Grace. And again, nothing's really on the line, so...
Right. Ooh, then we have my main event, Fat Mac. Tommy Dreamer is going to be putting it all on the line against Brian Myers.
All on the line.
It's a fucking jobber wet dream.
It really is.
It is.
You got the former Kurt Hawkins, and you got the current Tommy Dreamer.
Nothing says jobber like the current Tommy Dreamer. Am I right?
I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. This will at least be fun, right?
This should be entertaining for sure. I think Tommy Dreamer's going to have fun. Kurt Hawkins always tries to have fun. So I'm going with Brian Myers. I think Tommy Dreamer should be putting over the